A revision question on inaccurate financial documents. A 3-mark question. Jasmina needs to maintain financial documents. Explain one impact on JCG Limited of having inaccurate financial documents. So hopefully you're all familiar with the rainbow buckets for extended writing, where we're looking at advantages, disadvantages, and we write them together with high value connectives and competing points in the conclusion. This is an explain question, so you're going to need to use the disadvantages because we're talking about inaccurate financial documents, so we're talking about a problem. So on the 3-mark question, we need to be able to identify the impact and then give a reason for the impact and then expand on the reason. So those are actually going to lead to using the disadvantages, the consequences, the conclusions, and obviously the high value connectives to join them all together. Well, to answer this question, we need to make sure we're all thinking of the same financial documents. So in the right order, we're looking at purchase order, delivery note, invoice, receipt, credit note, and let's not forget statement of accounts. So now we know what we're talking about. The question doesn't actually talk about which financial document, so it could be any of them. So we can't make an assumption. You can't suddenly make the question all about an invoice. You're not allowed to name it. You've got to talk about any and all financial documents. So what could happen? Well, we're looking at the negatives and disadvantages. So let's fill the disadvantages, the yellow bucket, with some information. There are 2 main suggestions, 2 major things that can go wrong if you don't maintain accurate financial documents. You talk about losing customers or losing revenue, and then you've got cash flow problems because you're not keeping track of money coming in and coming out. Probably the best thing to look at though are the consequences of this mistake of not maintaining financial documents. So filling that bucket, you can see that you can create a bad reputation with your customers because you don't give back the correct change. You've got also a bad reputation for inaccurate product pricing, so if people come to buy your products and then when they come to exchange money you tell them that it's the wrong amount. These are very difficult things to actually turn around once you've got a bad reputation established. And then in terms of cash flow, if you're not actually paying and keeping documents in terms of your financial records, when you say things like the dates, then if you keep missing the dates, then you're going to get a lot of suppliers saying they don't want to offer you any credit because you missed dates, or even worse, you've got the wrong amount of money going on the financial document back and forth, and then you're paying the wrong amount. So the consequences are quite big. Well, we'll fill the connectives bucket for you, and as you can see, they're straightforward connectives. I'm not suggesting they are the be-all and end-all list. You can certainly add to them, but this now leaves you to take on the 3-point question. Now remember, you've got 1 impact and you've got 3 points, so you need to take the impact and you need to actually look at just what you can add to earn those extra 2 points. It's not just an impact, you've also got to add the reason for the impact and then expand on that reason. So those 2 things will be able to give the 2 additional points to that first statement. Here's a clean copy of the question for you to put your response together for you to earn your 3 points.